Jacksonville to add a second cruise line, and an Icon class ship to sail out of Galveston, Texas. Well, we're going to talk about both of these stories right after this. Well, good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you were able to get out and do something fun. Maybe watch some of the playoffs that happened this weekend. But let's go ahead and dive into our first story, and that involves a possible second cruise line to sail out of Jacksonville, Florida. Apparently, the Jacksonville Port Authority had reported that another cruise line had requested a meeting with them to kind of expedite the process to start sailing out of Jacksonville. There's not a whole lot of details. We don't know the name of the cruise line. We don't know, what kind of ships are going to be proposed to sail out of there or any of the itineraries. But that is, some welcome news and, some more options for that cruise port. Currently, you've got the Carnival Elation sailing out of there, doing 4 and 5 day itineraries, and of course that is a fantasy class ship that is one of the smaller ships that is in Carnival's fleet, and so we don't know. Lots of speculation. Is this going to be a bigger ship? Same size? But a lot of speculation surrounding that, and as more details emerged, I will definitely keep you posted. And on to our second and final story of the day. Unless you've just been living under a rock, you have to know that the Icon of the Seas recently set sail on her inaugural sailing this past Friday. And of course, there was lots of fanfare. Ever since Royal announced the creation of the Icon class, there was a lot of buzz surrounding that. And when they started building the Icon of the Seas, which is the first in that class, people were following the updates on construction and when it would be delivered. And of course, everybody was following its voyage over to the United States to begin its, paying customer sailings. And of course, there was all kinds of coverage this past week leading up to its first voyage this past Friday. Of course, they had a 2 or 3 day sailing prior to that for familiarization, where they invited all kinds of social media influencers, travel industry folks, executives on board for kind of a introductory kind of cruise. And well, apparently, the Thursday prior to its maiden voyage, the CEO of Royal Caribbean, Michael Bailey, was, having some sort of availability with some travel industry folks, and they were, they had kind of a question and answer session, and one of the people there asked about maybe bringing an Icon class ship to Galveston. And, basically what, he didn't give a definitive answer on that, but he certainly led some hints that, that was definitely something that Royal Caribbean was looking at, and it may actually happen. As some of you may know, Royal Caribbean invested over $100 million to build a new cruise terminal in Galveston, which debuted towards the end of 2022. And since that time, they've had 2 different Oasis-class ships sailing out of there. First, the Allure of the Seas, and currently they have the Harmony of the Seas. And, of course, I sailed on the Harmony of the Seas this past November, and I was really impressed with the new terminal down there. That was my first time sailing out of it. And, of course, that was also my first experience on an Oasis-class ship, and I really enjoyed it. And he basically said that, hey, there's a reason we invested that kind of money in a new terminal down there, and that there would be really big things to come in the next few years down in Galveston. So He definitely, he didn't say definitively that yes, we will have one, but he definitely gave enough hints that it's definitely a probability. So, as someone that lives close to the Galveston terminal, and that's where I do most of my cruises out of, that's a welcome addition. I think. There's been a lot of big things happening down in Galveston. Of course, we had all the news and welcome fanfare around the restart that happened there in July of 2021. And then, of course, we had the new terminal that Royal Caribbean built in 2022. We also had Carnival's first not first, but they brought an XL class ship, the Carnival Jubilee, which sailed out of there at the end of last year. And, then we've also had news of MSC, entering into a partnership to build a new terminal down there. They've also started booking cruises for MSC out of Galveston. And now the probability that we're going to have an Icon class sailing out of Galveston at some point, I mean, that's just really good to hear. And I'm a big fan of having more options, available. I just think it's good for the industry, good for the travel industry down in Galveston. And so definitely looking forward to that. But hey, let me know in the comments what you think about either one of these stories. The Jacksonville getting a new cruise line to sail out of there. Let me know if you sailed out of Jacksonville, or what you think about that, and also the possibility or the probability of an Icon class ship sailing out of Galveston. Is that something that you'd be interested in? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you like this kind of content, consider hitting the thumbs up on the way out. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Helps the channel grow, helps push the message out to the masses. And I always appreciate anybody that watches, likes, subscribes, shares, comments. Hope you're having a great day, and hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're doing today. And I will see you on the next video. So take care, everybody.